Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium, Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe here, getting ready for the Lady Vikings take on the Lady Bulldogs of Independence. Lady Vikes come into this matchup at a 13-5 record, 6-4 overall in the SEK, and the Lady Bulldogs come into this matchup 15-2. And Lady Vikes, when we played early January down in Independence, Lady Vikes were victorious 55-45. Going into that game, the Lady Bulldogs were 7-0, and the Lady Vikes were able to take care of business down in Indy. And we're hoping for a similar situation here tonight, Scott. I know Lady Vikes they've had a few games where I feel like they've struggled scoring. I think the defense is really going to have to step up to hold down Veely, Richenberger, and Etchison. I think those are their three main scorers. We'll just have to see how it plays out here tonight.
Yeah, and Lady Vikes will be a little bit short-handed. They'll be without the services of Brianna Patterson tonight, and so they're going to be short a ball handler. And Lady Vikes, I don't know why, but historically they always play extremely well against Independence.
Yep.
And that will have to happen tonight because Independence is going to be out for revenge. I mean, you mentioned just 2 losses, and their only other loss was to Silver Lake, who is just having an outstanding season. I think they're in Class 3A, if I remember right, and I think they beat Indy by 13. And they only have 1 loss on the year, a 1-point loss in overtime. So they're having a great year. And really, Tony, you mentioned defense, and that's going to be huge for the Lady Vikes. And then I'm just concerned with turnovers tonight with Brianna Patterson out. Who are the Lady Vikes going to? They're going to have several girls. Kind of. It's going to kind of have to be by committee, and they're just going to have to take care of the basketball because if Independence gets on a roll, they can bury you pretty fast.
Yeah, and they do like to do that little trap defense and full court press. So I know they're probably planning on doing that before they even notice that Brianna Patterson's not suited up.
Yeah.
So I mean that could be even a bonus for them. So hopefully, we can take care of the ball and at least, be able to run our normal offense.
Right.
I feel like if Anaya Hinman can get the ball, she's got a good chance, good matchups in this game because most of their better players are their guards.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have to get the ball down the court. That's the big key.
Yeah, you have to get into your half-court set and. We know Lady Vikes will just have to they'll really have to do what they do best on the offensive end, which is shoot the 3 and let Anaya do what she does down in the paint.
Exactly.
And because, we talked about defense already, but we held Indy to 45 the first time we played them.
That's pretty good.
And if they can do that again, they'll have a chance.
Exactly.
But if Independence scores 55 or 60, it's going to be tough.
Exactly. So Independence, talking about just the standings alone, Independence is sitting at 15-2. They still have 3 games left, counting tonight.
Yep.
We have 2 games left. So Independence still plays Fort Scott.
Yeah, that's going to be for the league title.
So that'll be for the league title and probably either for the number 2 or the number 3 seed as well. So that's going to be big as far as and this game tonight could be big because I want to say Fort Scott is 15-3 if I'm not mistaken. When I was looking at the standings.
I just looked at that. I think they're both 15-2.
Are they? And Indy probably holds the tiebreaker because they beat them head to head.
Right.
So if that's the case. No matter what, tonight's game for Independence is just as big for them as it is for us as far as the rankings and the seedings.
Yep.
Because the Lady Vikes should be locked into either the 4 or the 5. The 4 would basically give the Lady Vikes a second home game at Sub-State if they win the first game.
Yeah.
The 5 could possibly make it to where they could possibly travel if they win the first game. So, I mean, you still got to win the first game. I mean, we were a higher seed last year and hosted Topeka Hayden here and got beat by, I think, 15 to 18 points.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, the seedings and the rankings have a lot of, you know, to do with your actual playing the way you are. But we know, me and you know, and everybody, the coaches know, that there could be an 8 and 7 team that could be a 1 or a 2 seed.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bishop Miege.
Sure.
You know, they're possibly going to be a 9, 10, or 11 seed, and they're probably one of the favorite teams.
Sure. Yeah.
In the state of Kansas.
Definitely.
But it's just because of who they play week in and week out. You know, when they're playing bigger schools in the Kansas City area, you know, they're getting tougher matchups. So a lot of times your record matters, but when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense because you want to play at home.
Yeah.
And yet we saw last year it works against the Lady Vikes.
Yeah.
So, time for the national anthem, it looks like, Tony.
Yep, let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back for Lady Viking basketball. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Welcome back to Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. Parsons Vikings taking on the Independence Bulldogs. And we are announcing the starters for both teams. We've got freshman Kayla Lemos for the Lady Bulldogs. We've got senior Riley Richenberger, senior Abby Veely, junior Tion Johnson, and junior Alex Jones. And for the Lady Vikes, Jaden Kendrick, Sayla Ray, Anaya Hinman, Ashka Patel, and Sydney Scheibe. So Jaden Kendrick, I think maybe her first start. So
and I'd say she
earned it.
She earned it. I'm
Yeah,
sure probably Brianna would be in there if she was healthy. But I tell you, Kendrick really got after it.
She had 6
down
points
in Coffeyville.
6 points in the first half against Coffeyville, and then had a couple free throws in the third quarter to get her to 8 points. And she was the, I think, second leading scorer. Actually, third leading scorer because Sayla Ray had 14, Ashka Patel had 12, and then Sydney and Jaden Kendrick both had 8. So, but still, that's pretty good. Basically, her best offensive output, and she played some really good defense in that Pittsburgh game against their really good shooting guard Jackie Hall, trying to face guard her and getting a good start here for her tonight. So it looks like it will be Johnson from Indy tipping off against Hinman from the Lady Vikings.
Watch for another tip right to Ashka right here.
Yep. Naya.
That's what they tried to do. Went the wrong way.
And Lemos with it. Gets it to Richenberger. Richenberger to Veely. And this Indy Lady Bulldogs team got some senior-led guards, but they've got some young players as well. Lemos is one of those, and looks like Richenberger stepped on the line. So Lady Vikes is going to get the ball on a turnover. So 7:39 to play, first quarter. Ashka Patel to bring it up the court for the Lady Vikings. Gets it to Hinman. Looks like Hinman could take it straight to the basket. Now it gets it out to Scheibe. Scheibe's wanting a screen, not going to get it. And there's a turnover the other way. There comes Richenberger. She pulls it out, gets it to Veely. Now Lemos. Richenberger for a three. No good, and rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs. Now Veely with it. Gets it to Jones, kicks it back out to Richenberger. Guarded hard by Sayla Ray. Now Jones off the mark, no good, and rebounded by Scheibe. 6:45 to play, first quarter, no score, and now a turnover. A couple of silly passes by the Lady Vikes caused a couple turnovers. Abby Veely for a layup, and it's good. So the first score is by the Lady Bulldogs, 2-0. 6.5 to play, first quarter. Patel with it, guarded by Jones. Gets it to Sydney Scheibe. Scheibe thought about the three. Now she kicks it to Sayla Ray. She's going to go baseline, and another turnover. The Lady Vikes haven't even got a shot off in 3 possessions. And here comes Veely. Gets it to Jones. Now to Johnson for a layup. So 4-0 now. Indy Lady Bulldogs on top. 6:01 to play. First quarter. Patel with it. Gets it to Scheibe. Scheibe open for a three. No good. And now fight for the rebound. Here comes Veely. Veely's wanting to go all the way. She's going to go in and miss the shot. Lady Vikes caught a break there. Here comes Patel. She's cut off by Jones. Patel gets it down to Hinman. I think if Hinman went to the left side, she could have had a layup. Now Sayla Ray wide open. Missed it. Veely with the rebound, going the other way. Now she kicks back out to Richenberger. All the way across to Lemos. Trying to get down low to Jones for another layup. So 3 layups for the Lady Bulldogs, 6-0. Lady Vikes trail at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. And here comes Etchison, which is really good guard for them. She was a starter last time we played. Another blocked shot by Johnson. And here comes the Lady Bulldogs, missed shot. Now Lemos with the rebound and putback. So 4 different Indy Lady Bulldogs in the scorebook. 8-0 Lady Bulldogs. 4:45 to play, first quarter. And it's just a 30-second, so we're just going to keep it here. But Scott, man.
Yeah, rough start for the Lady Vikes. And, you know, a lot of it is that they're playing a good team.
Yeah.
And they're playing a team that wants to have a little bit of revenge against the Lady Vikes for beating them down in Indy earlier in the season. But, you mentioned it a few minutes ago, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Lady Vikes. And we talked about that pregame with Brianna Patterson out, and one of the main ball handlers.
It's going to throw things off a little bit.
If you were playing a lesser opponent, you could get by with it, but that's already kind of reared its ugly head here in the opening minutes. And Lady Vikes are going to have to figure out a way to turn the tide quickly.
Yeah, they don't want to dig too big of a hole here.
And I'm a little bit, even though they're doing just fine without pressing, I'm a little bit surprised that the Bulldogs haven't pressed yet. They may save that for the second half.
Madison Bollinger, another freshman, has checked in for the Lady Bulldogs. And another turnover by the Lady Vikes. So the Lady Vikes continue to turn the ball over.
5 turnovers in the opening minutes.
Wow. That's not good. Veely with it, gets it to Lemos. Now down to Bollinger. She's got a layup. She missed it, but Johnson gets the rebound and put back. And Johnson's going to be a problem down there. That's already 4 points for her. 10-0 Lady Bulldogs. Lady Vikes in big trouble here.
I'd like to see Anaya pull her away from the basket and then take her off the dribble.
Yeah, I thought she could have went to the left earlier.
We're getting an illegal screen?
It must be. Called it on Sayla Ray.
Well, Indy has 5 made field goals. Lady Vikes have 6 turnovers in the opening 4 minutes, so this is a disaster so far.
Etchison into the game, gets to Lemos. Now Lemos gets it to Veely. Now Etchison thought about the 3. Now Veely's going to launch a 3, and it's no good. But offensive rebound to the Lady Bulldogs. Here's Veely again for 3. This one is also off the mark, but wide open in the basket is Bollinger, and she scores it. So 12-0 Lady Bulldogs. Lady Vikes need to get that goose egg off the board. Hinman with it.
Only 2 shots attempted.
Now Hinman block shot again. And so Lady Vikes are 3 shots at the basket, and 2 of them been blocked. Now turnover going the other way, so Lady Vikes get the ball back. 3:04 to play in the ball game. Patel, a little runner, gets it to go for the first basket of the game for the Lady Vikes. 12-2 now. 2:53 to play, first quarter. Now thrown away. So 2 turnovers in a row by the Lady Bulldogs. They were kind of rushing things when they probably shouldn't have had to.
Yeah, so sometimes when a team gets out to a quick lead like that, it's just human nature. They almost start to relax. In that case, it was almost the opposite of relax. They did kind of try to speed things up for some reason.
Yep. Here's Patel.
Work to do.
Scheibe back to Patel. Now Sayla Ray for a 3, and it's no good, but rebounded by Sydney Scheibe. Put it on the floor, and then it's blocked by Veely. She should have just shot it right away.
Immediately, yep.
Now they get it down low to Jones, and they're going to call a foul on Anaya Hinman. So Anaya Hinman picks up her first foul. And Alex Jones will go to the line for the Lady Bulldogs. First free throw is good. 13-2, Lady Vikes trail. 2:21 to play, first quarter. Lemos check back in for the Bulldogs. And Alex Jones for his second free throw. And it's no good. Rebounded by Scheibe. Here comes Sydney Scheibe, and she gets it stolen from her. Just not paying attention. And now Richenberger for a 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Patel. So here comes Patel. Now Scheibe with it. Back to Patel. Now Hinman. Gets bumped, but she gets it to go. That should have been an and one.
It's a lot of contact.
13-4. Lady Vikes trail by 9. Now Richenberger with it. Now Richenberger back to Etchison. And a steal by the Lady Vikes. Here goes Sayla Ray. She should be able to go all the way in for a layup. She missed it. And then she fouled after the miss.
Wow. That kind of sums up the first quarter. That she's not going to miss that wide open layup very often. Lady Vikes
foul on Kendrick.
Just 25% from the field so far, Tony, for the Lady Vikes.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done.
They usually shoot very well against Indy.
13-4. Trail by 9. 1:16 to play first quarter. Lemos with it in the paint, trying to get it down low to Jones, and there should be a jump ball, and it'll be Lady Vikes possession. 1:09 to play first quarter. Lady Vikes get the ball with the jump ball possession arrow. And here comes Patel with it. If the Lady Vikes can score a basket here, you know, all in all, it wouldn't be that bad of a first quarter.
Right.
Sayla Ray gets it down low to Hinman. She scores it. Just as I said that, and Nia Hinman gets a layup. 6-13. 45 seconds to play. Lady Vikes trail by 7. Etchison to Veely, back out to Richenberg, wide open for a 3, and she knocks it down. You can't leave her open. Riley Richenberger knocks down her first 3 of the game. 16-6, just like that, back to a 10-point lead. Now Patel with it. Gets it to Scheibe. Scheibe runs into Kendrick and now misses a 3. And tried to run it down with Sayla Ray, but it goes out of bounds. And Indy will have a chance to score here at the end of the first quarter with 14 seconds. And then they'll get the ball to start the second quarter. Veely with it. Quickly to the corner to Lemos. Now, there might not, well, still 6 seconds. Richenberger thought about the long 3. Now Lemos. They're not going to get the shot off. No shot, so Lady Vikes good defense there. But they do trail 16-6. So let's take it back to the studio for a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care.
Which you just do not see very often.
And now it's quick. Well, I thought it was going to be a quick steal by Lady Vikes.
Yeah, they should have probably had that.
Now Veely with it, trying to get it down low, and it is a steal by Hinman. And now Patel with it, a little bit of pressure. Now they back off.
Careful.
And
now
another turnover. So Lady Vikes trying to get the ball quickly down the court, and they just throw it away. Now Lady Bulldogs get it in. Veely with it. Guarded by Kendrick, and Kendrick picked up her second foul.
That's 4 fouls on the Lady Vikes. No fouls called on Indy so far.
Edgerson with it. Gets it to Veely. Out to Johnson. Edgerson wanting to drive. All the way back up top to Veely. Wide open 3. She missed it. Sailor Ray chases it down. And she gets it to Scheibe. Scheibe to bring it up the court for the Lady Vikes. Down to 7:12 to play, second quarter.
Oh, my goodness.
Another turnover.
They're just out of sorts right now, Tony. 9 turnovers.
9 early turnovers on the Lady Vikes. First 9 minutes of the game.
The Independence has really kind of slowed up offensively, but the Lady Vikes just cannot get into any rhythm.
Veely with it. Gets it to Johnson on the elbow. Now Etchison backs it out. Now Veely. Richenberger, Johnson. Now Etchison for a 3. Looks good. No good, though. Should have been a foul.
Wow, I can't believe that.
There's a bump there. Now Richenberger knocks down a 3. The Lady Vikes now trail 19-6.
Yeah, they're just rushing everything.
now
That got
missed
partially
shot.
blocked.
And now here comes Richenberger quickly the other way. And Veely trying to get it down low to Johnson, and it's another turnover on the Lady Bulldogs this time. So now Hinman has it down in the paint, and she just throws it up instead of taking her time. I think she was expecting a foul. And here's Etchison back out to now Richenberger in the corner. Lady Bulldogs taking a little clock here. Etchison thought about the 3. Now near turnover at Lemos, cleans it up and scores it. So Kayla Lemos now with 4 points. And now the biggest lead of the night for the Lady Bulldogs at 21-6. Lady Vikes in desperate need of some offense. Anaya Hinman gets it to go. Forced it in. 21-8. Still not out of reach, Scott.
Now, a long ways to go in this ball game. Lady Vikes are just going to have to figure out a way to play better, really on both ends of the floor.
Yep.
Indy's shooting over 50% right now.
Yep, here's Etchison for a 3, and it's an air ball. Sailor Ray tracks it down, gets it to Patel. Patel just needs to slow it up.
When Johnson is on, See, when Johnson's on her, Anaya needs to get out by the three-point line.
Yep, Tione Johnson the other way. Misses a layup, though, but gets her own rebound. Now Lady Bulldogs reset it back up. Now here comes Veely trying to get it down low to Johnson. Another turnover by the Lady Bulldogs. The Lady Vikes are honestly, to only be down 13.
Especially the way this game started when they were down 12 zip. They've basically played them even since then. And 10 turnovers on the Lady Vikes, but 8 on Indy. So there's not a huge advantage there. It's just that Indy is taking better shots and making a much higher percentage.
There goes Patel, gets it to Hinman.
There she is. Now she can take her off the dribble.
There you go. There, nice spin move in the paint. Didn't get the foul called. Missed the shot, and here comes Etchison quickly the other way. Gets it to Alex. And now she missed the shot down low. Here comes Scheibe. Scheibe's wanting to go quick. Gets it to Braylon Mitchell. Back to Scheibe. Now Scheibe should be able to go all the way, and she's fouled by Johnson. That's what we need, is just something like that to get Johnson off the block and just kind of be able to maybe get a chance to go to the line, which that's what Sydney Scheibe is going to do. Riley Dunley will check in for the first
They're
time.
not giving her the free throws, Tony.
How's that possible?
I can't believe that. I'm totally shocked.
Yeah, so here goes Sydney Scheibe. After the inbounds, Braylon Mitchell missed 3, but
Good hustle.
I was going to say nearly rebounded by Dunley. It kind of was. And now We've got a timeout on the floor. So Lady Vikes trail 21-8. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, Lady Vikes trail 21-8. 3:43 to play here in the first half. So still plenty of time of basketball left to be played, but
yeah,
Indy,
they dominated the first 5 minutes, racing out to that 12-0 lead, Tony. It's been basically even since. Lady Vikes have had some opportunities. They just have not played well on the offensive end.
Yeah, they just need to take care of the basketball, number one. Now Richenberger thought about the three, kicks it back out to Veely. Atchison all the way across to Richenberger. Now Veely for a three. No good, but an offensive rebound. Now Atchison for a three, another air ball, and run down by Richenberger. So the Lady Bulldogs getting several opportunities here. Now Richenberger, missed shot, and another offensive. Now Atchison again, no good. And they just can't get any offensive rebounds.
Unbelievable.
5 offensive rebounds, I believe, on that trip. And then Johnson finally knocked down a shot. Wow. 6 points now for Keon Johnson. Now here goes Anaya Hinman with the layup and the foul.
And that's there all night long, Tony. If they keep Johnson on Hinman, she can handle Anaya in the post because she's bigger, but she cannot keep Anaya in front of her when Anaya puts the ball on the floor like that.
So Hinman for the free throw, knocks it down. So 23-11. So if the Lady Vikes can chip away at this before halftime, it would be big. Atchison gets it to Veely. Lemos will check in at the next break. Veely with it. Back to Atchison. Richenberger. Now Veely gets to Richenberger for a long two. They're going to call the three. So Richenberger's knocked down 3 threes, Scott. She's got 9 points.
Yeah, she's a great outside shooter.
Now Braylon Mitchell gets fouled going to the basket. Lady Vikes trail 26-11, and Mitchell will go to the line.
Some way, somehow, Tony, get this thing down to 9 or 10 points by halftime.
It's going to be tough to do. Mitchell missed the first free throw.
0 offensive rebounds for the Lady Vikes in the first half, Tony. 8
wow.
For Indy.
That's unbelievable. Second free throw does go down for Mitchell. 26-12, Lady Vikes trail by 14. 1:56 to play, second quarter. And Cam Atchison to bring it down the court. Abby Veely with it. Back to Atchison. And now here goes Richenberger on the drive. Kicks it out to Atchison for a three. No good. And rebounded by Patel. Here comes Anaya Hinman. She's wanting to go quick. Spin move. Cross to Patel. Patel for three, knocks it down. So Ashka Patel now has 5 points, knocked down a big three-pointer there. 26-15, 11-point game, 1:11 to play, second quarter. Atchison with it. Backs it out, guarded by Hinman. Now Richenberger. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Veely wide open for three, missed it.
She hasn't made one yet, Tony.
And here comes Ashka Patel. Now Scheibe wanting to drive and scores it. Sydney Scheibe gets her first basket of the game.
Lady Vikes heating up a little bit here late in the half.
So 26-17, down to a 9-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Down to 30 seconds to play. The Lady Vikes will have the next possession. So if they can somehow get the ball back here, score, they'll have the first possession of the second half. But there is a foul on the floor, and looks like Johnson's going to go to the line for the Lady Bulldogs. It's going to be called on Sydney Scheibe. That's just her first. So Johnson at the line for the Bulldogs. Missed the first one.
Lady Vikes have had trouble rebounding tonight, Tony. They need to box out.
They got Hinman and Dunley down low on this. And they missed it. And Kendrick does not come up with it. Wow, I cannot believe they gave him a timeout there, Scott. The Indy coach is not happy about that. So 26-17, we're just going to keep it here. The Lady Vikes, I thought they were going to call jump ball.
It could have gone either way. It looked to me like Kendrick
had her arm over it.
Yep.
And Coach Scheibe yelled timeout really quick, and they gave it to him.
So, Tony, can you imagine if the Lady Vikes get open and knock down a three at the buzzer here? They're only going to be down 6.
And then they'll get the ball to start
the second half after a horrible, probably the worst start they've had to a game all season.
And they just looked flat, and then their passes were atrocious.
Yeah.
There was 2 passes in a row that just went straight out of bounds, and I don't know. It's just kind of unlike the Lady Vikes. They've had some trouble with turnovers, but not like they did in that stretch in the first and second quarter. There's Sydney Scheibe for a three. Now Patel with the rebound, and she throws it away. And here comes Veely, and she missed it at the buzzer. The Lady Vikes catch a big break by Veely not making that layup at the buzzer.
I can't believe the Lady Vikes shot that quickly, Tony.
And so Lady Vikes trail 26-17. And let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back for the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
We are now ready for the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report. Doctors Gilmore and Newland. Lady Vikes trail 26-17. I'm going to run down the scoring first for the Lady Bulldogs. Leading scorer Riley Richenberger with 9 points. Keon Johnson with 6 points. Kayla Limos with 4 points. Abby Veely, 2 points. Alex Jones with 3 points. And Madison Bollinger with 2 points. And for the Lady Vikings, Anaya Hinman with 9 points. Ashka Patel with 5 points. Sydney Scheibe with 2 points. And Braylon Mitchell with 1 point. And it's very, very easy to see, why we're losing. I mean, just a lot of turnovers and just a lot of cold shooting. But I still feel like this game is well within reach. I feel like the Lady Vikes have a lot of shooting power that they haven't even used yet. Sydney Scheibe just had like a little running floater for her only basket.
Yeah,
and she normally could go for anywhere from 15 to 20 points in the night.
Yeah, Lady Vikes, even with a little shorthanded tonight, they can put some points on the board. But when you get shut out for about the first 4.5 minutes of the game, that puts you behind the 8 ball, so to speak. And Tony, as they're only down 9, so they're definitely still in this thing. And as I look over the first half stats, really the biggest thing that sticks out, I know they got outscored, I think 9-3 or 12-3 from behind the 3-point line, but the biggest thing I see, 8 offensive rebounds for Indy, 0 for the Lady Vikes, and that resulted in Indy getting 9 more shots at the basket. Now, at one time, the field goal percentage was about 50% for Indy and 25% for the Lady Vikes. That got pretty close by the end of the half. 11 out of 28, 39% for Indy, 7 out of 19 for 37% for the Lady Vikes. But those 4 field goals that Indy made, more than the Lady Vikes, that was a result of all those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they just had so many more shots, so many more opportunities to score. I mean, turnovers ended up being about equal, 10 for the Lady Vikes, 8 for Indy. So, I mean, the Lady Vikes, if they can figure out a way to keep Indy off the offensive glass and run a little bit better offense in the second half, there's no reason why they can't pull off another upset over the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think it's very possible, but they are going to have to limit the mistakes.
Yes.
For sure, and just get some good shots. I just think, just even a penetration in the lane and then a kick out for a 3, if they collapse on you driving to the basket, just kick it back out.
Sure.
And try to get that open 3 and then have some rebounders down there to get an offensive rebound and a quick putback. I mean, it's I don't know. It's easier said than done. We talked about that Tuesday night.
Right.
Sometimes things seem really easy when you're talking about them, but then whenever you're going through the motions out on the court, I mean, it's a little bit different. But
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I mentioned it a couple of times in the first half. You always want to look for a mismatch. That's what coaches are constantly, okay, do we have an advantage here or do we have an advantage there? And I'm telling you, Johnson for Indy is a strong gal.
Yeah.
Okay, and she has given Anaya fits down in the paint, but we saw it twice when Anaya would take her out away from the basket. Anaya can do whatever she wants. She can blow by her with no problem. She missed one that was relatively easy, and then she scored the second time. And if they play man-to-man with Johnson on Hinman, I would give Hinman the ball every time and let her go to work one-on-one.
Yep. It's just like when she tries to post up on her.
Yeah, when she tries to post up, she can't do it.
She's having trouble. But I think, like you said, she can take her off the dribble without any problem.
And I am a little bit surprised. I don't know if she's getting bodied up a little too much or what, but we know how high Anaya can jump. I'm surprised she can't just jump over Johnson to get her shots off down the low post. I don't think Johnson has a height advantage on her.
No, I don't think she does either.
She's you can tell she's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, But I would think that Anaya could elevate over her, but she hasn't done it yet. So I would just keep taking her out beyond the free throw line, maybe even the three-point line. Make her guard. I can guarantee you she doesn't want to guard the whole floor.
Exactly.
You know, she wants to just body people up down in the paint. So we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Scheibe makes at halftime. Lady Vikings, Tony, very fortunate to only be down 9 after falling behind 12 zip early.
Exactly. And should be able to, have a chance to come back in this game. And the Lady Vikes are going to just have to, like I said earlier, just limit the mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't see it happening, but this is a Lady Viking team that's more than capable of putting up 40 points in a half.
Yep.
But even if they could put up 30 in the second half, that gets them up to 47 points.
Yep.
Hold Indy to 20.
Yep. Well, Indy scored 16 in the first, 10 in the second. If we hold them 10-10, that's 46.
Yep.
We held them to 45 at Indy. I mean, it's possible, but when they score 60 in the first, they're on track to score 60.
Yep.
And if that happens, I don't think we can match that tonight.
Yeah, that would be tough.
So, but we are getting close for the start of the second half. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are
Doctors Gilmore and Newland. And we are off to the start of the second half. And sure enough, Johnson's clear out at the three-point line, guarding Hinman. And
where's the foul? Thank you.
Got to be a blocking foul. He didn't want to call it. I didn't think he was going to call it.
Yeah, I will say this though. I thought all in all it was a well officiated first half.
Yeah.
They let some contact go that a lot of times they don't, but the fouls were relatively even. And
so Johnson picks up her second.
Where's that going?
Oh wow! Nearly a turnover on the inbounds. Now Sailor Ray was open, but on a bad pass. Now it's blocked by Johnson, and now we got a tie-up. It's going to be a jump ball, possession arrow going to the Lady Bulldogs. So essentially a turnover. So 26-17, Lady Vikes trail by 9. 7:38 to play and counting here in the third quarter. Jones with it. Richenberger thought about the three. Now Veely. Etchison. Richenberger. Man, there's a lot of quick passes by the Lady Bulldogs. Now Veely gets it over to Richenberger. Missed three this time. And it's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off Hinman. So Lady Bulldogs will maintain possession underneath their own basket. Now Johnson with it from the elbow, and she banks it in. Just kind of threw it up, and it went in. Now 11-point lead, 28-17. Bulldogs with 11-point advantage. Sailor Ray for a three, and that's way off the mark. And knocked out of bounds by Kendrick, so Lady Bulldogs will get the possession here.
Not the start the Lady Vikes were hoping for in the second half.
No, 6:53 to play, third quarter. Lady Vikes trail by 11. Veely playing catch back and forth with now Richenberger with it. Wow, she took a little hop step.
I've been waiting for her to get called on that. She does a little move, Tony, that it looks like a travel, but it isn't. And I didn't have a good look at that one, so I don't know if she brought her foot up
a little hop step. Now the Lady Vikes with the ball. Coach is not happy about that. Anaya Hinman for 3, no good, but it is going to stay with the Lady Vikes as it goes out of bounds off of Veely.
Lady Vikes 0 for 3 to start the half, Tony, but at least they're not really turning it over. You know, they're at least getting some shots up at the basket.
Now Patel gets it into Scheibe. Scheibe should have traveled.
Yeah.
I'm going to call a travel, yep.
That was good defense by Indy.
They got their hand on the ball. She's moving her feet. 6:21 and counting here, third quarter. Veely gets it in the wing. All the way across to Etchison. And down low to Jones. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson from the elbow. That must be her shot, Scott.
Yeah, she's had a couple of those
two
now.
of them in a row now. 30-17, 13-point lead now. And she blocks Anaya's shot.
That's tough. That was great defense.
And here comes Richenberger. Gets it to Veely. All the way back across to Etchison. Veely nearly throws it away. Now Johnson. Missed shot. Hinman with the rebound. Knocked out by Indy, so Lady Vikes will get the possession.
Lady Vikes better turn things around quickly, Tony. They can't afford another 12-0 start to a half, or this game will be over.
Well, luckily, the Lady Bulldogs have only scored just the 4. Both long shots by Johnson. A little give and go.
They had it. It was going to be a pick and roll with Sydney rolling to the basket, and they just didn't connect. It's just been that kind of night for the Lady Vikes. Even when they have the right play called, they haven't been able to execute.
Really with it. Richenberger thought about the 3, now throws it over the cross. All the way back up top to Veely. Richenberger for 3.
I think it was blocked.
And either partially blocked, or I think she was expecting to get fouled and just threw it up. One of the two. She was kind of in that corner where I couldn't see her. Anyway, Lady Vikes catch a break, 30-17, and Hinman going all the way and getting fouled by Johnson. Like you said, Scott, Johnson can't handle her, so that's her 3rd foul, Johnson's.
Yeah, that's the Lady Vikes need her on the bench.
Yeah, if they keep doing that, she's gonna. Here comes Lemos, probably checking in for Johnson. 4:51 to play, third quarter. Hinman missed the first free throw.
You know, Lady Vikes took over 4 minutes to score back in the first quarter, and here we've played over 3 minutes in the second half, and they don't have a single point.
Yeah, tough start to the game, tough start to the second half. Second free throw does go down for Hinman. 30-18, 12-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. 4:46 and counting, third quarter. Atchison with it. Lemos down low, blocked by Scheibe.
That was great D.
Great defense. Now Atchison playing good defense on Scheibe. Now Patel with it. Guarded by Jones. I would think Patel should be able to take her basket, but now she pulls up her dribble. Now Scheibe, tough shot, just missed it. And now here comes Etchison with got numbers. She gets it to Jones, and Jones scores, and she's fouled. So Lady Vikes down 14, possibly 15 if Jones can make a free throw here. 32-18. Lady Vikes trail, 4:11 to play, third quarter. Free throw is good by Jones. So 7 points already in the third quarter for the Lady Bulldogs, 1 point for the Lady Vikings. So the hole's getting bigger, 33-18. Now, Scheibe down low, missed the shot.
A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Yep.
By
And
Indy.
that was kind of a silly pass into a double team.
Yep.
You know.
They're trying to force it. 0 for 6 from the field to start the second half.
No. Hinman down low, scores it. She has now got 12 points. Lady Vikes trail by 13, 33-20. Richenberger thought about the three. Now Etchison with it up top. Lemos with it. Sorry, that was Veely with it. Veely back to Etchison. Etchison driving. Scoring. Wow. Etchison, that is her first basket of the game. Now Hinman in the lane and scores it.
That was impressive, Tony. She absorbed a lot of contact.
35-22. 3:01 to play, third quarter. So Nye Hinman, only one to score for Lady Vikings in the third. She's going to need some help. Now Etchison with it. Richenberger thought about the three. Back to Etchison. Now Veely. Gets it to Lemos. Now Lemos in the paint. Missed it. There's got to be a foul there. Something. They call it out of bounds off the Bulldogs, which could be just a call just to not call the foul.
Tony, this reminds me when the Lady Vikings got out on top of Lewisburg at Sub-State 12-0 one year, and I think they ended up winning by 12. Lady Vikes down by 13 right now.
Yep. Nearly thrown away by the Lady Vikes. Scheibe with it. Spin move. They're going to call a foul on the floor by, I think they're going to call it on Veely. Sure enough.
If Sydney had seen her, Patel was wide open for a three.
Hinman down low, missed the shot. Jaden Kendrick with the rebound and another offensive rebound by Hinman.
First two offensive boards of the night.
Wow. And Patel runs it down at top of the key. Now Mitchell back to Patel. Patel with a three. No good. Scheibe gets an offensive rebound. She's on the out of bounds line. Referee was standing right there.
I think Oshka didn't get a good grip on the ball. Looked like she had to kind of try to readjust at the last second. So things not going well, Tony.
Yep, Lady Vikes trail 35-22, 1:51 to play third quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. The couple share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCRadio.com.
Parsons High School, Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. Lady Vikes trail 35-22, 1:51 to play third quarter. And Lady Bulldogs with the possession. So Abby Veely will inbound to Cam Etchison. Jaden Kendrick, Oshka Patel, Riley Dunley, Sydney Scheibe, and Nye Hinman all on the floor. Richenberger for the three from the corner, missed shot. Rebounded by Dunley. And now a steal by Richenberger. And then a foul by Hinman. I think that was almost a frustration foul there. Hinman came down really hard on Richenberger. So Richenberger at the line for 2 shots. First one is good.
And now asking for some clarification from the official.
On what?
I'm not exactly sure.
Just smacked her.
I don't think it was on the foul itself. I think it was before the foul.
Maybe wondering why she didn't get a foul call on her.
Yeah.
Two free throws by Richenberger. 37-22, 15-point lead for Lady Bulldogs, and missed. I'm guessing we called a shot by Scheibe. Now Hinman with a little runner. Misses the shot, and here comes the Lady Bulldogs. Jaden Kendrick tries to cut off Richenberger. Now Veely with it. Richenberger. Looked like a travel, but no call. Now Lemos with it. Richenberger almost thought about the 3. Now she gets a little floater in the lane, and might be a jump ball or travel. Because both Lady Bulldogs had the ball.
Yep.
I think that's the call, Scott.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And it looks like, Coach Scheibe is really wanting his kids to drive hard to the basket. I'm telling you, Tony, down 15, they might want to think about launching some threes as we get to the end of the third
Patel
quarter.
Was wide open right there. Now she's wide open again. And missed it. Here comes Veely. Down to 37 seconds. Should be a turnover, but it's not. And Lemos goes in for a layup. So Kayla Lemos now with 6 points. Lady Vikes now trail by 17. Lady Vikes have only scored 5 points in this quarter. They're going to call a travel on Anaya.
I'm not sure about that.
Trying to do a little too much, I think.
Yeah, she's frustrated.
21.5.
Lady Vikes just 2 out of 12 from the field this quarter, Tony. And, hats off to the Indy defense. They're especially down low. I thought they played really good defense down in the paint.
39-22. And Lady Bulldogs can hold for the last shot here. Down to 7 seconds. Veely with it. Gets it wide open underneath, but Sydney Scheibe blocks it. Now she's going to have to just throw it, and she missed it. So Lady Vikes trail 39-22 into 3 quarters. Lady Vikes trail by 17. Let's say a 30-second break. It was Lady Viking basketball on V93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive
back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. I'd like to take a few quick seconds to thank some sponsors. Snyder Lawn Care, Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services. And now Sydney Scheibe in the lane. Continuing to drive to the basket are the Lady Vikes. Scheibe gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, it's always good when you're down big like this, obviously, if you can score with the clock standing still. But, Tony, they're going to have to knock down some threes here in the fourth quarter to have any hope at all. And the bad thing is, I don't think the Lady Vikes have the depth or the quickness to press Indy. I don't think there's any hope of having any success with a full court press. So the Lady Vikes are basically in a world of hurt right now.
And second free throw is no good as the Lady Vikes trail by 16, 39-23. And now a steal. And here comes Ashka Patel. And she slows it up a little bit. Sydney Scheibe for a three, and she makes it. Sydney Scheibe went from 2 points in the first half after only 2 points in the third quarter. Now she has 4 here in the fourth to make it 6 points for the game. 7:23 to play in the ball game. 39-26. Lady Vikes on a mini 4-0 run here to start the fourth quarter. Near steal by Patel.
Just couldn't get her body turned in the right direction.
And here comes Johnson back in the game for the Lady Bulldogs. And I think it might be a quick timeout by the Lady Bulldogs. Sure enough, just a 30-second. So let's just keep it here. I'm going to finish thanking the rest of these sponsors. Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, Dan Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic. I'd like to thank all of them for bringing us Viking basketball, and our everything is powered tonight by Labette Health. So thank you for the live stream. We got Antonio Aida run the live stream. Karen Hardesty back in the KLK studio patching us through. And we got the ball back in play. Cam Etchison with it. Kicks it to Richenberger for a long three, and it's short, but it's offensive rebound by Johnson. Sure enough, we got the missed shot. Just can't get their offensive rebounds. Or defensive rebounds, I guess.
That should be a tie-up. Are they going to call a foul? No.
Jump ball, and it'll stay with the Lady Bulldogs. So Etchison, 2 inbounds for the Lady Bulldogs. 39-26, 13-point lead for Lady Bulldogs. Feely with it. She gets around Kendrick. Now she kicks it to Richenberger. It's just doing a kind of a weave here. And Jaden Kendrick's going to get called for a quick foul. Third foul now on Kendrick.
Lady Vikes have fouls to give, so they can be aggressive.
Now inbound in the backcourt. Now Richenberger back to Veely. Veely with it. Wasting some clock. Now Johnson with it way up out top. Now skip pass all the way across. Now Veely, a little runner, missed it. And Scheibe has the ball going the other way for Lady Vikes. She can go all the way, and she is fouled by Johnson. That's going to be her fourth.
Yep.
And Scheibe will go to the line.
And Tony, we've seen this a few times this year. If one team has had a big lead most of the game, if you can just get it down to 6 or 7 points late, that team with the lead will sometimes start to tighten up.
Yep, sure enough. And Scheibe knocks down the first one. She is 2 for 3 from the line tonight. And she will have one more. So 39-27. So it's 39-22 at the end of the third quarter. And Scheibe makes both. Now 39-28. So Lady Vikes with a 6-0 run here in the fourth quarter. They just need to continue that run. And Etchison with it, guarded by Mitchell. Now Richenberger with it, guarded by Ray. Now Etchison. 5:46 to play in the ball game. 11-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Now Veely with it. And a turnover. Sayla Ray picks it up. Here comes Patel. She's trying to get it down low to Hinman. She does, and Hinman scores it.
What a pass and what a shot down low.
What a catch.
That was amazing.
So now it's a single-digit lead for the Lady Bulldogs, but here comes Etchison for three. Missed it.
That's over the back.
Lemos.
That's a rough break for the Lady Vikes. Yeah, Coach Scheibe yelling, what about over the back? That's an outstanding question.
Wow. 39-30. Lady Vikes trail by 9.
That was a big moment in this ball game.
So Etchison gets it into and missed shot. Lady Vikes should have the rebound. They do. Mitchell with it. Now Scheibe quickly down the court. And spin move, missed shot, and should be out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, and it is. Lady Vikes will have possession under their own basket.
But I tell you,
5-1.
Sydney's so intent to get to the basket. Sailor Ray was wide open in the corner.
Yeah, and Sailor Ray has not scored in this game, and she was our leading scorer Tuesday at Coffeyville with 14. And I don't even think she shot a 3 that I remember, Scott.
I think she missed 1 in the first half.
Now she's shooting. Sailor Ray in and out, look good. Just rimmed in and out. Now here comes quickly is Etchison. Richenberger for a 3, and no good, but offensive rebound by Lemos. Now Veely with it. They're going to call a foul on Kendrick. 0-0, that's Kendrick. 4:37 to play. The Lady Bulldogs still have not scored in the fourth quarter, Scott.
Yeah, and they're the kind of team that usually doesn't go into long droughts like that.
4:37 to play. Richenberger with it. Guarded by Sailor Ray. Now Veely wants it, and look, a back door.
Yep, good pass.
Lemos gets the basket, and that's their first points of the fourth quarter. Back to a double-digit lead, 41-30. And Scheibe calling for the screen, and then turnover. There goes Veely. And made Abby Veely, only 4 points for her in the game.
Yeah, her shot's been off tonight.
But still a 43-30 lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Sailor Ray's asking for it in the corner. And Anai Hinman puts it up. They're going to say it went off Patel. And it's going to go over to the Lady Bulldogs. 3:50 to play. Lady Vikes trail 43-30. And here comes the Lady Bulldogs. And missed shot by Richenberger, but Lemos, how is that not something? Wow. Sydney Scheibe going the other way. Goes it to Sailor Ray on the corner. Now Hinman, spin move, back to Scheibe for a 3. It's good. Sydney Scheibe showing up here in the third quarter. She's got 9 points here in the fourth quarter. 11 for the game. 3:19 to play. Lady Vikes trail 43-33. So let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here and here and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium, Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. And down to 3:19 to play in the ball game, Scott. But Lady Vikes, they're trying to fight hard here late in the game.
It's going to be tough, Tony. That bad start to the first quarter and a pretty bad start to the second half.
But the thing that is amazing me is Indy is continuing to go fast and to shoot.
Yeah.
They're not slowing up. And here comes Etchison quickly the other way, and she's going to shoot it. That's what I don't understand, Scott.
I'm a little bit surprised.
Is why they're shooting. But now a missed shot by Richenberger. That's what I don't understand. I mean, you would think that they would try to run some clock, but they just continue to shoot the ball.
Yeah,
and a lot of times it's long, like a long two, and then I mean it's not real high percentage shots. So Richenberger will be at the line to shoot two, and she knocks down the first one. She is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Indy as a team is 5 for 6 from the free throw line. So now 6 for 7, and Richenberger's 4 for 4. So they're a very, very good free throw shooting team. So if we start fouling them, I don't think it's going to do any good.
No, I don't either.
Stats. So turnover by Lady Vikes. 45-33. Lady Vikes trail by 12. Under 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Now Etchison gets it on the run. Pulls it back out. Feely with it. And they're going to call a hold on. Ashka Patel picks up, I think that's her first.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of fouls besides Kendrick and Johnson. Everybody else is either 1 or 2. Now Etchison with it. Lemos missed. Offensive rebound.
Gee whiz.
Just can't catch a break.
13-3 on offensive rebounds in favor of Indy.
I mean, that's the ball game right there.
Yes, it is.
In a nutshell, really. And near turnover. But now here goes Etchison with a little floater. She missed it. Kendrick cleans it up. Here comes Sydney Scheibe. And now Patel with it. She's going to, well, I thought she was going to launch a three. Now trying to throw it over the top.
Lady Vikes caught a break. They're walking to the other end. They thought it was, Anaya thought it was off her. I think it was.
It was off her, but
the official missed that one.
I think there was a big bump. 45-33. And now Hinman has it. Needs some help. Gets it to Patel. Now Patel for a three. No good. And Veely there to clean it up for Lady Bulldogs. Under 2 minutes. Now Lemos with it. She walked. And she scored. So Lemos in double digits. She's a freshman that's got a lot of potential. 47-33. Now Mitchell for a three. It's going to have to bank in and missed it. And there goes Richenberger with the rebound. Etchison to bring it quickly down the court. 1:28 to play in the ball game. And Lady Vikes, they would have to do some fouling. But Etchison launches a three. So 47-33 now. Scheibe for three, and she buries it. So Sydney Scheibe's got 12 points in the fourth quarter, but it's too little too late as we're under a minute and they're down by 11.
Yeah, if they're going to put them on the line, they have to start immediately, Tony.
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
not
it's
going to happen.
And I don't think they'll be able to. I think Coach Scheibe is maybe. I don't want to say he's thrown in the towel, but maybe. Like you said, Tony, Indy typically shoots free throws really well, so probably if they continue to foul down the final 46 seconds, they'll just make the final score look a little bit worse.
Yep. So Braylon Mitchell in the game, Cadence Manners in the game. And first free throw from Etchison is good. But their normal scorers, Scott, like Veely and Etchison, Veely has 4, Etchison has 3, and this is so they both have 4 and 3, and they're normally 2 of their bigger scorers. So the Lady Bulldogs getting points from other places.
Bad pass. Tony, remember that 12-0 start? Look at the difference in this game.
Unbelievable, isn't it? 48-36, 12-point game. And Etchison with it. Veely now. Now back up top to Richenberger. And it's down to 7 seconds. I think this is going to run it out here. Manners tried for the steal. Down to 1 second. And that's the ball game. 48-36. Lady Vikes lose by 12. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll come back for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame report. You're listening to Lady Viking basketball on V93.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
The visiting Lady Bulldogs, Riley Richenberger, 13 points. Tion Johnson, 10 points. Kayla Lemos, 10 points. Alex Jones, 6 points. Abby Veely, 4 points. Cam Etchison, 3 points. And Madison Bollinger, 2 points. And for the Lady Vikes, leading scorer, Nia Hinman with 16. Sydney Scheibe, 14. Ashk Patel with 5. Braylon Mitchell with 1. So our leading scorers from Tuesday were Sailor Ray with 14 and Ashka Patel with 12, and tonight they have 0 and 5.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's kind of a backbreaker. I just didn't feel like we hit a couple threes there in the third quarter by Sydney, but other than that, we only hit 1 3-pointer in the game.
Yeah,
and I just feel like we didn't really even attempt to try to shoot some of them. So I'm not sure.
I think that, I don't know, Tony. It was just a strange game, a strange start, falling behind 12-0. Had a slow start to the second half, and I mean, actually, both teams were just off shooting the ball tonight. 35% for Indy, 32% for the Lady Vikes. The big difference, though, because of the 13-3 advantage for Indy on the offensive glass, they shot 17 more times than the Lady Vikes.
Yeah, if you shoot that many more times, the chances of winning the game are highly better percentage of winning the game. So
yeah, they made 7 more shots than the Lady Vikes.
And sometimes that's just out hustling.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the Lady Vikes definitely got out hustled tonight and lose a tough one, 48-36, and they're definitely going to need to take care of business next Friday when we host the Lady Blue Comets of Chanute. And we had a tough time with them at Chanute, winning at the very end of the game, and it was a low-scoring game down in Chanute. So no guaranteed win there. So Lady Vikes are going to have to, if they want to get a pretty good seed for the postseason, they're going to need to get a win next Friday night.
Yep, they'll have to play much better, and it'll be senior night. They'll have a week off. I don't know that you want a week off after after a rough night like tonight, but that's how the schedule is. So they'll have a week off. Obviously, be practicing hard and to get ready for Chanute. And really, you want to get a win on senior night, and you also want to go into sub-state on a winning note as well.
Exactly.
So that'll be a big night for the Lady Vikes.
Sure will. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the girls' side of the Bowen Pharmacy postgame report. Scott, how much time you want?
Karen, why don't you bring it back to us at 7:29, please? 29 minutes after 7, and we'll get going with the Tank Connection pregame show for our boys contest. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.
rebounding.
Yep.
And we gave them 6 opportunities one time down here to score, and sooner or later they're going to score. And, a lot of rebounding is effort. And I thought our effort could be a lot better, like with the balls in our hands, we got to secure it better. But, I thought we played pretty hard, at times and played pretty good defense and, held them in check somewhat. But, we just, and I thought the officiating, they let them play.
Yeah, they did.
We was fouling them as well, so can't really blame it on that.
Well, your comments ring true because I showed 13 offensive rebounds for them and only 3 for Parsons, and on the field goals, they shot 17 more times, and that's the kind of thing you would expect when you kind of get hurt on the offensive glass like that.
For sure, when you give them that many opportunities, so and there's your 12-point difference right there.
Yeah.
So it's a tough loss, Coach. I know it kind of sucks having almost a full week to try to avenge this loss.
Well,
but we definitely need to take care of business next Friday night. Home.
Right, exactly. That's what I told him. We have to win this last game, and it didn't help things when Brianna Patterson couldn't play, and I hate to make excuses, but that kind of changed our whole game plan. Before the game.
Yeah, it changes everything up just a little bit. Throws everybody playing a different spot, really.
Exactly. So we had our game plan, and we had to change it. An hour before the game because Brianna couldn't go, and hopefully she's going to be fine. And we have her for next week. So. We just got to regroup, and I think we can still get the 4 seed. We just got to take care of business next Friday.
Yeah, well, Coach, sorry about the loss tonight, but hopefully we can bounce back next week and get that win.
Yep, for sure. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
That was head coach Pat Scheibe of the Lady Vikes, and we're ready to start talking boys' side, Scott.
Tony, I didn't get to go down to Independence. I think that was the night I was hit with the flu bug, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's kind of thing I want to forget. But I did watch a little bit of the game.
So
boy, I tell you, I know you said that, man, they gave 6'7" Easton Ewing fits, and he got into some early foul trouble.
Yeah, he got in early foul trouble, had 3 fouls really early in the first quarter. Only had one point in the first half, and then only had 1 made basket in the third quarter, and finished the game with 3 points. But
that's incredible.
The Viking boys led almost the entire thing, except for at the end of the third quarter, Jimmy Unruh hit basically 3 possessions in a row. Jimmy Unruh hit 3 3-pointers and gave the Indy Bulldogs a quick lead to start the fourth quarter. And I was just sitting there thinking, oh no, here they come. And Ewing was in the game, and I thought, they're going to just start getting it down to him and scoring. And he didn't score a single point in the fourth quarter. And the boys held on to win. And it was, Landon Wheat with 6 points in the fourth quarter that really clinched it for us. He only had 8 points in the game, but 6 of them were in the fourth quarter, and I'm pretty sure they were fairly late.
Yeah, we've seen Landon do that a few times this year where he's relatively quiet for 3 quarters on the offensive end and then just kind of goes off in the fourth quarter. 6 points in a game that was that tight.
Yeah.
That's huge. And then, he had that, 18-point explosion or whatever it was against Labette County, and that's a huge comeback. And I do know that when Ewing has put up some big numbers against us, it has usually, the bulk of it has come in the first half. It seems like the big man gets kind of worn down and fatigued in the second half. And I know Coach Houck will probably want our guys getting up and down the floor in transition, for one, to try to wear him down. And also, he can't block any shots if you're running out in transition before he can get back on defense. So, it's usually a pretty good game when these teams meet, and I expect that'll be the same tonight. Let's go and run down the starting lineups first for the Independence Bulldogs, who are coached by Brad Smith. They will go with 6'2" senior Jimmy Unruh, 6' junior Camden Julian, 6' senior Hayden Smith, 6'7" senior Easton Ewing, and 6'2" senior Jamison Jarnigan. Starting tonight for the Vikes, 6'1 junior Jamarion Washington, 6'1 junior J.J. Kendrick, 5'10 junior Trey Mack, 5'9 senior Jesse Jones, and 6'4 junior Landon Wheat. And Tony, we've harped a lot about how we'd like to see Landon so talented. We'd like to see him score early and often. But I tell you, with him being the main post player and working hard on defense, sometimes that kind of takes a little bit of the energy.
It does, and it looks like we might be having
we're having a second national anthem.
Yeah, sure
okay,
enough.
well, we'll just keep it here at the gym, let you listen in at home to our national anthem. So there was tonight's national anthem. I assume they're still called the Music Company? Company. I think that's been same name for decades, and they did an outstanding job there with our national anthem. Tony, it goes without saying that the Viking boys need to get off to a better start than the Lady Vikings did.
I agree.
And this, I don't know what was really expected out of Independence this year, but I don't think I think, what are they, 5-13? I don't think that's where they thought they would be this deep into the season. I'd have to pull that up.
I feel like they're a better team than their record shows, Scott.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of close games. I know they've had several games go down to the last second.
Right.
And I think they've lost some close games. I want to say they lost to Fort Scott both times. I feel like they lost to Chanute both times. So they've had some. They just haven't been able to get it to go.
Well, two of the best coaches in the SEK going head-to-head tonight with Brad Smith, and then of course Anthony Houck leading the way for the Vikes. And Parsons sitting at 9-9. Tony, I was looking at different scenarios, and there's a really, really good chance the Vikes could end up playing Topeka Hayden in the first round. But since the Vikings are off Tuesday, there are a lot of teams that have 3 games left, while the Vikings only have 2. So we'll have to see how those Tuesday games shake out as well.
A win tonight would get the Vikings above 500 for the first time of the year. And did they ever get above 500 last year? I know they got close. I don't think they ever got above 500. We started out in the hole last year as well.
Yeah.
And this will be the first time they've probably gotten a chance to get above 500 in a couple of years.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get that 10th win and climb above that 500 threshold. Here comes the Indy starting 5, and they're traveling black and orange. Vikings in their home white with the blue and gold trim. Tonight's broadcast being powered by Labette Health. It will be 6'7" Ewing up against 6'4" Landon Wheat. Landon's a big kid. He doesn't look that big, standing right next to Easton Ewing. But Landon may be able to out-jump him. It'll be close.
It was close.
And it's going to be won by Independence. Hayden Smith. This is a senior-led team for Indy, and they go to the big man. Boy, turnaround shot is short. And a nice box out. Who's going to get it? Vikings have it. Landon Wheat looks to attack.
Wow.
Double teamed and then threw it away, and the Vikes are able to save it. Oh, he stepped on the sideline. Great hustle and effort by Mack.
Back, it would have been fine, but he tried to hold that foot, and I think the foot caught the paint.
You know, and I've seen Ewing do those turnarounds and fadeaways over the years. I've always wondered why, as big as he is, go into your defender, you know, and just, when you're that big, try to overpower the defender. Julian to Easton. He's 0 for 2, but he gets an offensive rebound. Double teamed. Kicks it out for a 3. And that one is good. Knocking it down from the corner is Jimmy Unruh, and it's 3-0 Indy. At the other end, shot blocked by Ewing. Going for the reverse layup was Wheat, but Ewing was there to reject it. Hayden Smith to Julian. Boy, a tough shot. Turnaround, but there's another offensive rebound. That was what gave the Lady Vikings problems. Vikings finally come away with it. Kendrick hit that big shot to force overtime down in Coffeyville. Landon for 3. Can't get it to go. And then it's rebounded out by Jarnigan. So far, it's been all Indy on the boards. They lead at 3-0. 6:33 to go in our opening quarter. Ewing looks to make a move. Cut off. Needs help. Drops it off to Julian. His shot no good, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. It's Jesse Jones stepping in. Julian disagrees with the call. That's our first foul of the ball game. So let's see if the Vikings can get the ball in the basket here. Lady Vikings took over 4 minutes to score in their ball game. Right now the Viking boys down 3-0 with 6:19 to go in our opening quarter. J.J. Kendrick with it. Indy in a man-to-man. Tried to get a backdoor cut, nothing there. Now here goes Kendrick. Surrounded by a couple of bigger guys. Then pass tipped into the backcourt. It'll be run down by Jesse Jones. Vikes retain possession. Jesse can take his man off the dribble. Got around everybody and scores. Even got by Easton Ewing. Nice job by the senior point guard. 3-2, Indy on top. Down to 5:43 to go in quarter number 1. Julian dribbles to the near side. Hands off to Unruh, who has a three-pointer to his credit. Nice drive on the baseline. Ball tipped away, but Indy gets it back. Nice drive. Runner with the left hand goes down. Julian puts it in off the glass, and it is 5-2, Indy on top. 5:19 to go in the first quarter. JJ, well, they're going to get him for an offensive foul. He must have extended his forearm. I couldn't see it. I was blocked by a couple of players. But JJ picks up his first personal. So slow start offensively for the Vikes. They're down 5-2, 5:14 to go in our opening quarter. Veely, sophomore, gets into the front court to Unruh. Now to the big man Ewing from the free throw line. Got the roll on the turnaround, so he gets his first 2. Quick start for Indy. They lead 7-2, 4:55 to go in the first quarter. Kendrick into the paint. Gets blocked by Ewing. JJ gets it back. Kicks it out to Washington. Thought about a 3. Now gives it off to Kendrick. He will shoot the 3. It's good. Good to see him gaining confidence in his shot, Tony. They'll need him the rest of the way. And that's not tonight, but the rest of the season for sure.
Yeah, definitely good to see him score.
Indy by 2. They kick it in the corner. Unruh wants another 3. Already hit 1. That one's in and out. No good. Rebounded by Washington. Quickly up ahead to Jesse Jones. Jones into the paint. Fade away. Can't get it to go. Ewing. Oh, they're going to get Washington. He's not going to argue. I didn't see a whole lot of contact, but Washington didn't argue. So he picks up his first personal, and the team's second, Trey Tullis, who played very well down in Coffeyville, will replace Landon Wheat. 4:16 to go in our opening quarter. Indy leads at 7-5. Smith. Now they get in the corner. They wanted to get it into Ewing. He's being hounded right now by Tullis. Tullis giving up a lot of size. Nice drive in the paint. Indy kicks it out. Little floater. Julian can't get it to go. Boy, that was close, wasn't it? Could have been over the back. Vikes with a chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Kendrick to Mack. Mack into the paint. Got a couple of guys in the air. Washington with Ewing on him. Goes up against the big man and may have been blocked. Certainly altered. So here comes Indy with it. Smith to Julian. 7-5, Indy by 2. 3:22 to go in our first quarter. Ewing, another fadeaway. He got it. Nice touch by the big man. He has 4 points, and it's 9-5, Indy by 4. Jumper at the other end, short by Jones, rebounded by Ewing. Outlet to Julian. Power 3 was the call. I could hear it all the way up here from Coach Smith. So we'll see. Unruh out to Julian. 4-point lead for Indy. Boy, tough shot from the free throw line. Spins out. Rebounded by Kendrick. Barks working hard on the glass. Nice pass to Washington. And he's blocked. Gets it back. Oh, he missed it. Probably should have had that second one, Tony.
Yep.
So Vikes down 9-5. 2.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Hayden Smith gets a screen out top. Vikes don't pick him up. But then a great block, I think, by Trey Mack. Kendrick looking to force the action. Boy, Jesse Jones open. Buries it from the corner. Coach Smith cannot believe the transition defense was that bad. I'm not sure how you could lose Jesse Jones. There was nobody within 10 feet of him, Tony.
Yeah, that's a big shot there.
Vikes needed that. They've got 5 points from Jesse Jones. There's a timeout on the floor. 5 points for Jesse, 3 points for JJ. And then meanwhile, Indy has 4 points from 6'7" senior Easton Ewing, 3 points for Unruh, and 2 points for Julian. 9-8, Indy by 1, 2:14 to go in the first quarter, and it just seems like really not a lot of flow to this game yet, Tony. But I think scoring and efficiency will increase as the night goes on.
Yep. And scores pretty even, and all the stats are pretty even. Rebounds are within 1, and shooting percentage is probably pretty close to being the same. Vikings just a little over 30% from the floor. I think Indy's around 40%.
Independence will have the ball coming out of this timeout. They lead by 1. Hayden Smith picked up by Jesse Jones. Hands off to Smith, who's checked into the game. Oh, there's Unruh open again. And he couldn't get that one to go down. He's now 1 out of 3 from that corner. Landon Wheat back on the floor. Kicks it out to Connor Barkas. He got it to go. Well, that's going to be a confidence booster.
We needed that.
Connor Barkas knocks down a corner 3. 11-9. Vikes by 2. Smith hands off to Julian. Needs a little bit of help. Nearly throws it away. And look at Jesse Jones running it down. Tough shot. Couldn't get an angle to the basket. Who's going to get it? Barkas has it. And then he's fouled. So Connor Barkas, 5'8" sophomore, contributing here in the first quarter. I think Jesse Jones on that pass break couldn't decide if he wanted to go left or right, Tony, and ended up right in front of the basket and didn't have a good angle. But the Vikes do lead by 2. Minute 23 to go in the first quarter. Jesse Jones to throw it in. Puts it into Wheat to Kendrick. Indy still in a man-to-man. They're trying to get it to Jesse again. He goes baseline and gets blocked. That's tough, trying to shoot over the 6'7" Ewing. He even tried to fade away a little bit, still couldn't get it over the big man. Smith to Hayden Smith has it now. I think we've got a couple of Smiths on the floor, Lucas and Hayden. Find a man wide open in the corner, and now he's got a path to the basket, gets fouled, and he scores. I think that was the lefty, Julian, and he's limping a little bit. So Julian now has 4 points. Foul was on Wheat, his first, and we are tied at 11 points apiece. Kendrick heads to the bench. Free throw is good. Oh, he wanted to come out of the game. Julian had wanted to come out, and Coach Smith must have missed him. Let's see if the Vikes can take advantage of that. Three-pointer by Wheat is short. And rebounded by the Bulldogs. Quickly up ahead to Ewing. He got fouled from behind. If there wasn't contact with the body, it was clean, Tony. Trey Mack picked up the personal.
That looked like all ball.
It's 12-11 Indy. Easton Ewing with 4 first-quarter points goes to the line for 2. Takes his time. First one on the way is good. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Unruh back onto the floor for Indy. 6'7" senior. Puts it up. And it's off the mark. No good, but another offensive rebound. And a
nice
tough
spin
fadeaway, and he got the
my
roll.
Goodness, he got the go.
Great first quarter for Ewing with 7 points, back to a 4-point lead, and then the Vikes throw it away. No, Tony, when the Vikes fought back and got the lead, I thought, okay, now we can kind of start playing Viking basketball, but it has not worked out that way.
It has not.
So 4-point lead, and Indy can hold for the final shot.
And the Vikings do get the ball second quarter.
Hayden Smith with it, 8 seconds. Nice drive, looking for an open teammate. Unruh, only 2 seconds. They're going to have to get a shot off. It's a desperation heave that almost got a very, very lucky roll. And that's the end of the first quarter with your score, Indy 15, Parsons 11. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit LabetteHealth.com.
of the night.
That's a big basket there.
So 2-point lead for Indy. Unruh with it. Vikes stay in their man-to-man. Wheat on Ewing. That's a good matchup. Unruh back out to Smith. Now to Julian. Right back to Unruh. He's guarded by Kendrick. Now Ewing at the top of the key. Got Wheat in the air, then shoots and scores. Boy, I tell you, I mentioned if he has a big night against the Vikes, he gets most of his points in the first half usually, and he's up to 9 already. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. 4-point lead for Indy at 17-13. They stay in a 2-3 zone. Mack for 3. Got it. You talked about that earlier, Tony. I don't think we were on the air, but you said like to see Trey Mack start taking some shots.
Yeah, I swear he only shot once or twice in Caulfield, and he made a big 3. And yeah, he just needs to shoot a little bit more, get some confidence.
Yeah, and that was a big one. Gets the Vikes to within 1. Boy, then driving all the way around the court and getting fouled is Julian. They're going to get Washington possibly. Is that his second? Yep, that is foul number 2 on Washington, and the team's 5th. Only 2 fouls on Indy so far. Jones replaces Tallis in the Viking lineup. Look out for a lob play to Ewing here. 17-16, Indy by 1. 6:02 to go in the first half. There is the lob out at the free throw line. Get it to underneath. May have been partially blocked. Either way, the shot is missed, and the Vikes have it and a chance to take the lead. Kendrick out top to Mack, to Jesse Jones. Step back. Jump shot cannot get the roll. Boy, Landon Wheat was right there, just couldn't corral it. Numbers at the other end. Well, they're going to get a foul on Landon Wheat. Are they going to count the basket? Oh my gosh, Tony, what do you think about that?
I can't believe it, really.
I think even Coach Smith is laughing about that call. Well, it is what it is. Landon Wheat unfortunately picked up his second. I think it was a foul. I just don't think the shot should have counted. And 3-point play.
In the NBA, they count those.
Yeah, Julian completes the 3-point play. He's had a good first half with 8 points. And now it's a 4-point lead for Indy at 20-16. Kendrick, he wants a 3. And he buries it. J.J. Kendrick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-pointers in the first half for the Vikes. That's what's keeping them right in the thick of things. They're down 20-19. And boy, what was that? It must have been tipped. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Indy.
Tullis coming back in.
Tullis will replace Washington. One of the Smiths, Lucas Smith, on the floor for Indy, replacing Jarnigan. So Indy with the ball, 1-point lead, 5:10 to go. Nice lob into Ewing, knocked out of bounds.
I thought he lost it himself. Well, I guess we'll take that over a foul.
So Indy keeps it. They'll inbound it underneath their own basket. Having a little bit of trouble. Now they find it to Ewing. Double teamed. It's stolen. Up ahead to Landon Wheat. Gets around one guy. Can't score. May have been a little bit hindered by Ewing. Vikes got a steal in the backcourt. JJ wants another 3 for the lead. It is good. JJ Kendrick has really gained a lot of confidence with his outside shot in just the last couple of weeks. He has 3 threes, 9 points, and the Vikes lead by 2, 22-20, 4:39 to go in the first half. Julian.
Oh, where's that
going?
going?
Boy, that was a dangerous pass. Great hustle by Indy to save it. Smith kicks it in the corner to Julian. Pump fake. Now kicks it out to Unruh. He likes that corner shot. Can't get the roll. He made his first one. He's missed his last 3. Great pass up ahead to Landon Wade. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Tony, I didn't get to follow every player up the floor, but I'm pretty sure the last guy was Easton Ewing.
Yeah, it was.
You know, and that's, you would expect that. Usually the 6'7" guys don't run as well as the guards, but I think I already see a little bit of fatigue
he's
setting in. He's gasping for air.
Yeah, he's definitely gasping for air.
Wheat for 2 free throws, gets the first one to go down. He now has 3 points. His first 2 came on that dunk I think it was a nice assist from Washington, if I remember correctly. Vikes by 3. Wheat's second free throw off the back iron, no good, and rebounded by Julian of Independence. 23-20, Vikes lead it, 4:12 to go in the first half. Hayden Smith to Unruh. Down to Ewing on the baseline. Boy, he's kind of shoved off. Missed it, gets it back, he's fouled, and they were going to count that basket if it had gone, but instead it's going to be 2 free throws. Tallest picks up his first. So Vikes doing a pretty good job of spreading the fouls around, although they're big guys. Washington and Wheat have 2 apiece. Ewing's first free throw is good. He is in double figures with 10. Here comes Washington replacing Wheat in the Viking lineup. 23-21, Vikes by 2, 4:01 to go in the first half. Vikes trying to get their 10th win of the year and climb over 500 for the first time this year. Ewing's second free throw is off the mark, but where are the Vikings? They didn't box out, and then over the back on Hayden Smith. Boy, the Vikes caught a break there, Tony. I don't know. Rebounding on, if somebody is 2 feet taller than you, there's nothing you can do. But honestly, especially defensive rebounding is not that hard.
No,
it really is.
You just got to box them out.
You just put a body on somebody, and sometimes you get you get bad bounces and whatnot, and all kinds of weird things happen. But just for the most part, you get a body on somebody, you don't have to worry. We had the same problem in the girls' game.
Yep.
Especially in the first half. Lady Vikings gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. Jesse Jones with it. Vikes have the ball in a 2-point lead. Jesse with a screen out top. Tallis puts it on the floor. It looks like he got fouled. No call. Out to Mack. Kendrick, he has 3 threes here in the first half. Goes baseline. Now to Washington. Back out to Kendrick. 3.5 to go in the first half. Vikes lead by 2. Trey Mack at the free throw line. Spin move. Nowhere to go. Needs help. Out to Washington. He thought about a 3. Now he puts it on the floor. And he scores over Ewing. What a play by Washington. That was a tough shot. Vikes lead by 4. Here comes Smith with it. Almost threw it away. Run down by Julian. Wide open 3 in the corner. It's off the mark. And the Vikes have it. JJ at the other end. Gets into a defender. Gets fouled. He'll have 2 free throws coming. I think they got Hayden Smith with his first foul.
When you're fouled, does it count as a missed shot, Scott?
I don't know. No, it only counts if you make it.
Okay.
99% sure. We have a timeout on the floor by Indy, 25-21. Vikes by 4, 2:57 to go in the first half. We'll keep it here at the gym. I want to say thank you to our sponsors who are bringing you Viking basketball this season. I want to say thank you to Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, also Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland and Gilmore, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, also Dane Zimmerman, SEK Orthopedic, and Snyder Lawn Mowing Service, all bringing you Viking basketball. Tony, that's a nice long list. We like to see long list when it comes to our sponsors, and we certainly appreciate everything they do for KLKC and our listeners. So 2 free throws coming for J.J. Kendrick. His first one on the way is good. He is in double figures, Tony, with 10 points.
Yeah, that's big for him.
Tallis into the lineup, replacing Washington. Coach Howe probably trying to work around that double foul trouble there. 2 fouls for Washington and Wheat. Second free throw by JJ. A little bit short, rebounded by Ewing of Independence. So it's a 5-point game, 26-21. Vikes on top, 2:45 to go in our first half. Jarnigan with it. Takes one dribble. Now he needs some help. Hands off to Smith. Goes baseline. Shot off the glass. Goes down. That was a tough shot by Julian, who's had an outstanding first half for Indy with 10 points. Three-pointer by Wheat. Oh, looked good the whole way, and it spins out. But there is the smallest guy on the floor, Jesse Jones, tapping it in. 7 points for Jones. Vikes go back up by 5, 28-23. Late first half. Smith to the other Smith. Now to Julian. The lefty has 10 points here in the first half. Hayden Smith on the far side. Now to Julian. Julian directing traffic. There's Ewing with it. Squares up to the basket. Now turns, shoots. Can't get the roll, and pulled out of there by Kendrick, who's been outstanding on both ends of the floor for the Vikings here in the first half. JJ starts to penetrate out to Tallest now. Tallest penetrate. Lobs it up to Wheat, and he puts it in off the glass. Nice teamwork. Tallest to Wheat. Landon with 5 points all here in the second quarter. Vikes with their biggest lead now at 30-23. Smith hands off to Julian. Now to Jarnigan. Hayden Smith. Again, hands off to Julian. Vikings in a man-to-man here. Tough shot in the paint. Will not go for Ewing. Jarnigan with an offensive rebound. Couldn't get it, and then Jesse lost it out of bounds, and he can't believe it. I will say this, Tony. One of the things that leads to some offensive rebounds for Indy is that the Vikings have to double team, sometimes triple team Ewing. And when one guy's getting that much attention, you can't get a body on everybody. Smith with it. Under a minute to go in the first half. Vikes lead by 7. Julian in the corner to Jarnigan. Out to Smith. There's a good post up by Ewing. And honestly, Tallest should have just let him go, Tony. When the big man has that great of position down low, just go ahead and give him the layup. But Tallest kind of complicates things there with his second foul. Ewing for the old-fashioned three-point play. Got it. He has 13 points to lead all scorers. He has half of his team's points. 30-26. Vikes by 4. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, a long three by Jones. No good. And rebounded by Indy. Oh, then I don't know about that. There's a late whistle, and won't be free throws yet. I take that back. That's the 9th team foul. I was looking at the wrong number. 9th team foul on the Vikes. And the second on Trey Mack. So fouls starting to become an issue for the Vikings. Washington, Mack, Wheat, Tallest, all with 2. It's going to be huge, Tony, just to survive these last 35 seconds. Try to get to half with none of these guys picking up their third.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Lucas Smith has not scored tonight, shooting a 1-and-1. It's off the mark, no good. Vikes fighting hard. Look at J.J. Kendrick outworking Ewing for the rebound. And he goes all the way, and he scores! J.J. Kendrick, coast to coast. They lead by 6. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Hayden Smith, spin move, kicks it in the corner. Lucas Smith almost took steps. Hayden Smith gets a little floater to go in the paint. Vikes with 10 seconds. They need to hold for one here. They lead 32-28. Like to see Jesse Jones do something here. Gets around his man, and did he get fouled?
Wow.
I did.
I
didn't see the foul, and boy, the Vikes had a big advantage. If that foul hadn't have been called,
he had a wide open layup.
So, and you know, if it was 1-and-1, it'd be okay. But that was only the 6th team foul. So now the Vikes have 3.4 seconds to work with. Again, I tried to get it to Jesse Jones and let him do something. Ball knocked out of bounds. 3.1 seconds. Mack to throw it in. Looking, gets it to Jesse Jones. Jesse puts it on the floor. Boy, got fouled. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, that's tough there.
Wow, I don't understand why there was no call And now we've got a technical. I think Jesse Jones just got a technical walking off the floor. And Brad Smith is like, hey, this is great. So Jesse Jones picked up a technical. That'll count as a personal, and now Brad Smith will have to get somebody to come out and shoot a couple of free throws. Tony?
Yeah.
Jesse, I understand the frustration, but he's a senior, and just keep your mouth shut and get to the locker room. Vikes had the 4-point lead. So we're going to have 2 free throws coming here with no time on the clock. The half was over, but Jesse had a word for the official.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, so
now we're just.
I'm sitting there looking. You always say the rebounds and stuff like that tells the game. I mean, it's amazing when you run down and look at all the rebounds and everything. It really does. That's the. I mean,
yeah.
It's crazy how. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's the way it always is. But
and look, Coach Lampkins having words, and this doesn't bode well for the Vikings and the coaching staff in the second half. I mean, I remember there was a big, quite an issue at the end of a Parsons Indy game several years ago. Parsons was winning in a blowout. I think it was against Independence, and Coach Hout got a couple of late technicals with the win well in hand. And
I want to say Ethan Hout and Coach Hout. I think they both got ejected.
I know Ethan. Something happened with Ethan Hout. I don't know if it was a technical or not, but then I know whatever happened that led to the 2 technicals by Anthony
If
Hout.
I remember right, it was a pretty blatant call, kind of something similar to what just happened. And I think Ethan said something and got the technical, and then I think something else was said, and then I think he got the double. I'm pretty sure he got ejected.
Yeah, and I know exactly what Anthony Hout said to the official to get the 2 technicals, and it wasn't anything. He wasn't. He wasn't being demonstrative or anything, but he wanted to get the technicals.
And I remember, I think Anthony had to set out from coaching.
Yeah, he missed one game.
He missed at Fort Scott,
if
I remember right.
That's right.
I remember him sitting in the stands with us, and I'm like, it's kind of weird having him sitting in the stands.
And I guess I don't know the rules because I assumed that they would have shot those technicals.
Maybe they're going to shoot them at the beginning of
I'm sure that's how the second half will begin. So, according to the possession arrow, the Vikings would get the ball, but that's not good. I think they're going to shoot 2 technicals, and then Independence will get the ball as well, I'm assuming.
Maybe.
But I don't know that I've ever seen a technical called after time has expired in the first half. So we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. So we are at halftime. Vikings leading at 32-28 over Independence. We will step away for a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll be back with our Eye Care Associate halftime show. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
That's what I thought too, but then I don't know.
So we'll have to, because it sure seems like they would have shot the free throws before
the half,
before everybody went to the locker rooms. But anyway, looking over the scorebook, Easton Ewing with 13 and Camden Julian with 10 for Indy. That's 23 of their 28, Tony. So there's no doubt who the Vikings will want to focus on. The best bet to stop Easton Ewing is just hope that the big guy runs out of gas, because the 2 games I saw him play against Parsons last year, that is exactly what happened. Big first half, and then just just didn't have the legs, didn't have the energy and the conditioning and the endurance to play 4 full quarters, and he does play a lot of minutes. Leading the way for the Vikes, how about J.J. Kendrick? 3 threes in the first half. He's in double figures with 12. Then you have Jesse Jones with 7. 2 points for Washington, 3 for Mack, 5 for Landon Wheat, and 3 for Connor Barkus. He hit that 3-pointer back in the first quarter. And Tony, it was a slow start for the Vikes, so all in all, I would think they feel pretty good about going into the locker room up by 4.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we were out rebound on the offensive boards 7-4. Defensive rebounds even 12-12. Turnovers, I only had us 2 turnovers, and them with 3 turnovers. So it's been a fairly clean game as far as turnover-wise. The Vikings shot 4 for 14 in the first quarter, 29%, 8 for 13 in the second quarter, 64%. Overall, 48%. Indy 6 for 13 first quarter, 5 for 11 second quarter. Overall, 44%, 42 and 45. So, I mean, that we're just a little bit higher percentage-wise in the shooting, and 1 less turnover and 3 less offensive rebounds. I guess that equivalents to a 4-point lead, which could be only a 1 or a 2 or 3 point lead, depending on if they make some free throws here. So, that technical could impact this second half, but I think if the Vikes just come in and take care of the ball like they did in the first half, had 2 turnovers in the first quarter, no turnovers in the second quarter, shot the ball 8 for 13 in the second. I mean, if they just keep shooting the ball well and taking care of the ball, I think we should come out with a win tonight.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And the official and head coach Brad Smith and the official scorekeeper Gerald Beardmore were all discussing the possession arrow down here, and I wonder if that's because we'll just wait and see if free throws are shot, off the technical. They're making sure that Gerald knows exactly who needs to have that possession arrow in their favor. Right now, it favors shows Independence getting the first possession.
Yeah, and maybe that's all they're going to do is just give them the first possession. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a bizarre impact. I saw Parsons principal Eric Swanson
getting the refs off the floor,
come out and getting the referees, because pretty much all 3 of them were kind of jawing with Coach Lampkins. And Mr. Swanson just came out and kind of herded the refs off the floor. So,
well, the refs calling for the ball.
Yep, so sure enough, technical foul on Jesse Jones. So we'll start out with 2 free throws right off the bat.
And it looks like Easton Ewing is going to shoot them.
Yep, he's 3 out of 4 tonight, 75%. I thought Julian might shoot him. He's 2 out of 2. So I don't think I've ever seen this in all the basketball games I've watched over the years, Tony, which has to number in the thousands. I don't think I've ever seen this turn of events.
Not shot to start the second half.
Right. Maybe to end the first half.
Yeah.
So Ewing coming out of the locker room and got it. I know the guys come out and warm up, but still, just before you get any actual game time under your belt, coming out of the locker room to come out and shoot free throws all by yourself. 6'7" senior made the first one. Second one is also good. So just like that, it's a 2-point game, and no time has ran off the clock. 32-30, and Independence.
The big guys got some touch from the free throw line, that's for sure.
And now they're going to make sure Now they're trying to make sure. They're still having questions about the possession, I believe.
So Independence will get the ball on the first jump ball as well. Because they were already going to get possession for the second half.
And this is like possession off the technical.
This will not change the possession arrow.
Yeah, that was a huge, huge mistake by the senior Jesse Jones.
So potentially this could end up being a 4-point play.
Yeah.
Because Independence was supposed to get the ball to start the second half no matter what.
So Hayden Smith gets it. We are finally underway here in the second half. Julian with it. Independence already can tie or take the lead. They go down to Ewing, and he kisses it in off the glass. So 4 quick points for Ewing here in the third quarter. And we are tied at 32. Ewing has 17. 17-footer by Mack. Off the mark, no good. Great offensive board by Washington, but he lost it. And it's taken by Independence. So when the teams went to the locker room, the Vikes led by 4, and we've only played 35 seconds here in the second half, and Indy can take the lead right here. Julian in the corner with it, calls for a screen. Now to Ewing, guarded by Wheat. Wheat has 2 fouls. Up and under, no good, but an easy offensive rebound, but he was too far under the basket. Now he turns and shoots, no good. But yet another offensive rebound, and putting it in is Hayden Smith. He now has 4 points. It is a quick 6-0 burst in the opening minute of the second half, and Independence leads 34-32. Washington on the far side, gets into the paint. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Ewing has it. Boy, look at him bring the ball up the floor. Caught on the baseline, kicks it out. Hayden Smith. Julian goes baseline, reverse layup, no. And boy, the Vikes needed that miss. Now they need to get down and get the ball in the basket. Wheat challenges Ewing. Now kicks it out to JJ for a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Long rebound to Mack.
Vikes already 3 missed shots.
Kendrick gets a screen out top. Gets into the paint, kicks it out to Washington. He will launch the 3. Short. So the Vikes ice cold to start the second half. Independence with the ball and a 2-point lead. 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Julian with it to Smith. Oh, great steal by Jesse Jones. Quick hands, and he puts it in off the glass, and this game is tied. Jesse trying to make up for his little mental miscue at the end of the first half when he got that technical. And we are tied at 34 points apiece. 5:35 to go in quarter number 3. Unruh to Julian. Down to Ewing, fade away. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Kendrick. Kendrick forcing the action a little bit. At the free throw line, he backs it out. Bounce pass in the corner to Mack. Mack with a lob play. Oh, perfectly executed. Putting it in off the glass as Landon Wheat give the assist to Trey Mack. Landon Wheat now has 7 points. Vikes back on top, 36-34, 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Unruh drills to the far side. Julian, and rolling to the basket and scoring. Who else? Easton Ewing now with 19 points, and we are tied again at 36. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Kendrick on the right wing, needs the help. In the corner now to Jones. And who'd they get the foul? Did they get that? Did they get Washington?
Nah, I think it's
or did they get
Jarnigan?
So Jarnigan with his first, and the team's first. That's the first foul of the second half on either team. Landon Wheat to the bench along with Washington. So Demias Johnson on the floor for the first time. Tied at 36. Vikes get it into Johnson. Right back to JJ. Kendrick backs out around the top of the key. Cutter to the basket is Jesse Jones, and he can't score, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's on Hayden Smith, 6-foot senior, picks up his 3rd. So he's the first first player for either team with 3 fouls. Free throw good by Jesse Jones. He's in double figures with 10. 37-36, and Tony, I'm kind of starting to wonder if anybody's going to get much separation tonight.
No, I think it's going to be fighting back and forth the whole rest of the way.
The Vikes are getting used to these close ball games. It seems like they have one just about every night. Second free throw goes down for Jesse, and it's 38-36. 2-point lead for the Vikes. Smith almost got his pocket picked by Jones. Unruh in the far corner. There's the big man Ewing working on Demias Johnson, and he scores. He has a nice touch, to say the least. 8 points already this quarter, 21 points on the night for Ewing. Nice drive by Mack. Now Tullis in the corner. Looks to drive. Hands off to JJ. JJ to Mack at the free throw line. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 38. Mack directing traffic. Likes to have a small team on the floor right now. Nobody taller than 6'1". JJ.
Oh, I thought he walked.
So did I. Gets it poked away. It's a turnover.
Wow.
Vikes maybe tried to run a little too much offense. Coach Houck might be just trying to get some rest for Wheat and Washington. Fade away. In and out that time for Ewing, but then the Vikes with a silly pass. Bet the shot missed. Vikes catch a break. They've got to stay in this game mentally, Tony. There was absolutely no reason to turn that ball over. Nice drive by Jesse Jones. Look at that body control by the senior. He is a joy to watch, and 13 points to lead the way for the Vikings. They lead the game 40-38, 2:59 to go in the third quarter. 32nd timeout called by Parsons, so we'll keep it here at the gym. Tony, I don't know, this game has just had a weird vibe, you know.
So weird.
Especially ever since that technical at the end of the first half, and so Indy has kind of got a free, almost like free 4 points to start the half. I think they started the half, on a 6-0 run to regain the lead, and now the Vikings have jumped back in front by 2. Kind of got, at some point in the game, you kind of start to get a feel for which way it's going to go. I have nothing.
Yeah,
this game's wide open.
It's one of those games that, I mean, if one team gets hot and starts knocking down some shots, it could go in one way, but we're hanging in there. I'm proud of them for fighting.
Washington and Wheat back out on the floor for the Vikings. Julian gets the ball into the front court for Indy. Vikes stay in a man-to-man. I think they've been in man-to-man since the opening tip. Smith to Unruh in the corner to Jarnigan. Oh, great look. Oh, that's got to be a charge. Oh, they called a block. What do you think about that, Tony? Now at the college,
an elbow to the face.
Yeah, that's what. At the college level, it's a block because they have that restricted area under the basket.
Yeah.
No free throws coming. It's just a foul. But unfortunately, third foul on Trey Mack. He got just bulldozed by Ewing. 40-38, Vikes by 2. Julian out at half court, guarded by Mack. To Lucas Smith. Jarnigan, he doesn't look to shoot very often. He almost traveled and then tipped away, and it's going to stay.
Still there.
Yep, Landon Weed almost had it. It'll stay with Indy. Jamison Jarnigan, 6'2 senior, to throw it in. Here comes Trey Tullis. He will replace Trey Mack. This game's been pretty tight the whole way. Vikes lead by 2. There's Ewing, puts it on the floor, and kisses it off the glass. He's nearly unstoppable down there tonight.
It's just hard to believe he only scored one basket when we played at Indy.
10 points in this quarter alone, 23 on the night. That may be the most I've ever seen him score against the Vikes. Nice drive by JJ, blocked, but he's also fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. We are tied at 40 points apiece, 2:04 to go in quarter number 3. So Lucas Smith, 5'10 senior, picks up his third. So Hayden Smith and Lucas Smith, 3 fouls apiece for Indy. JJ to the line. His first one is well short. And he'll have one more. 6'1 junior led the Vikes with 12 points in the first half, looking for point number 13, trying to give the Vikes a 1-point lead. And he got that one to go. Jarnigan into Julian. Indy can reclaim the lead with a basket on this trip. Minute 55 to go in the third quarter. Julian with a nice drive. Now kicks it out to Unruh for a three, and it's an air ball. Here comes Jesse Jones on the move. Pulls up from 14. In and out. And Indy comes away with the loose ball. Julian. Jarnigan back to Julian. Get some instructions from Coach Smith. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Just a 1-point game. Vikes lead Indy 41-40, and a near steal by Jesse Jones. Easton Ewing puts it on the floor. Indy being patient right here. Julian finds a path to the basket, and he's fouled. And I'm going to say it was on the floor. So they will inbound underneath their own basket. Who'd they get the foul on? Kendrick picks up his second. Julian looking way out top to Ewing. Gets around Washington. Little floater, can't get the roll, and rebounded out of there by Landon Wheat. Landon Wheat looking to force the action. Spin move. And he scores, and he's fouled from behind by Easton Ewing. Ewing can't believe it. He picks up, I think, just his first personal. But what a big basket by Landon Wheat with 1 minute to play in the third quarter. He now has 9 points. And the Vikes lead by 3. 6'4" junior, 1 out of 2 from the line. He got it to go. 3-point play for Landon Wheat. 44-40, Vikes by 4. Just under a minute to go now in our third quarter. Julian into the front court, hands off to Lucas Smith. Julian skip pass to Unruh. Finds Jarnigan going to the basket, and he's fouled by Landon Wheat. And we've got a couple of free throws coming. That is Landon's third. Would have loved to see him get through this third quarter with just the 2 fouls.
Yeah,
that's
too bad there.
Jamison Jarnigan has not scored tonight. This is his first trip to the free throw line. Puts it up, and it's off the back iron, no good. He'll have one more. Demias Johnson.
He's one that doesn't really look to score.
Yeah, I think he's out there to rebound and defend, because I don't think he's even looked to attempt a shot until just moments ago. His second free throw on the way is good. Got the second one to go. 44-41 is your score. Vikes on top. 43 seconds to go in quarter number 3. J.J. Kendrick dribbles into the front court. Looks up at the scoreboard clock. Will the Vikes hold for one? Illegal screen.
Trey Tullis leaned in.
Trey Tullis called for the illegal screen, his third personal.
Yeah.
So.
And it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
He was already going the other way.
So silly turnover there by the Vikes. 25 seconds to go. Indy can actually tie on this trip, down by 3. Lucas Smith being hounded by Jones. Gets it off to Julian. The Vikes have been in some barn burners the last couple of weeks. Ball tipped away. Who's got it? Washington has it. Oh, then he gets fouled by Jarnigan. But will not be free throws. Vikes have 3.6 seconds to work with. Landon Wheat, Trey Mack will check in for this final play of the third quarter. Who heads to the bench? Vikes got to have somebody come out. Trey Tullis, Demias Johnson head to the bench. 44-41, Vikes by 3. They'll have to go quickly here. They get it into Landon Wheat, puts it on the floor. Fade away from the free throw line is short, and that's the end. Coach Hauk not pleased with the fadeaway on that shot. But we have reached the end of the third quarter with the Vikes leading up 44-41 42-41. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Yeah.
When Independence has the ball, which they will to start the fourth quarter, the Vikes can they don't have to stop him. If they can just slow him down a little bit and then keep executing on the offensive end, they have a good chance of escaping this night with a victory. Jarnigan almost took steps. Unruh with it, swings it over to Julian. He had 10 points in the first half, didn't score in the third quarter. Unruh now around the top of the key in the corner to Jarnigan. Oh, great position and an easy basket for Easton Ewing. 25 points for the big man, and it's a one-point game. Vikes lead 44-43. Washington will try a three, short, and rebounded by Washington. He had a good look at it. Now Indy with a chance to reclaim the lead. Unruh, they don't pick him up, and he scores easily off the glass. I don't know where the defense was on that one, Tony. 5 points for Unruh. He had a three way back early in the game.
Ewing was down here tying his shoe when all that whole play happened.
So now Indy leads by one, 45-44. 7:10 to go in our ball game. Vikes being led tonight by J.J. Kendrick and Jesse Jones, 13 points apiece. Landon Weed also in double figures with 10. Trey Mack hands off to Kendrick. Kendrick, pretty good move. Out to Washington. Gets into the paint, strong move, can't get the roll. Fighting to get it back, he gets fouled from behind. Didn't see who got him. It's going to go on Hayden Smith, his fourth. Coach Smith can't believe it. And that's the sixth team foul on Indy. Vikes with the ball down by one. J.J. Kendrick tried to bounce it down to Wheat and it went off the foot of Smith. I'm a little bit surprised. Now Smith will probably be replaced by Lucas Smith. 45-44. Indy being led by their 6'7" senior Ewing's 25 points. Vikes get it into Mack. Good look to Wheat. Gets his man in the air and scores. Nicely done by Landon Wheat. 12 points for Landon, and the Vikes lead by one, 46-45. 6:35 to go in our ball game. Oh, great drive by Julian, but he can't get it to go off the glass. Had a good look at it. Just did not get the roll. Now the Vikes with the 1 point lead in the ball. Washington falls down. Did he travel? Yep, just lost his footing. So turnover, Coach Hauk.
It's only the fifth turnover of the game for the Vikings.
They have taken care of the ball tonight. It's been, let's face it, if Easton Ewing wasn't having what may be his best game of the year, the Vikes would probably have had an easy win tonight. 1 point lead for the Vikes. Independence has the ball, just over 6 minutes to go in our ball game. Vikes will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Julian comes to the near side, hands off to Lucas Smith. They want to get it into Ewing. Haven't been able to do it yet. He's getting a lot of attention from both Washington and Wheat. Unruh with it. Boy, they are being very patient here, Tony. Unruh in the corner. He'll launch. Misses again, and Landon Wheat has it. Quick outlet. Trey Mack, bounce pass. Shot no good. Washington just never had a good grip on it. It's the right idea by the Vikes, but they did not convert. Another chance for Indy to reclaim the lead. Parsons leads, but only by 1. Unruh to Ewing from about 15, no good. Who's got the loose ball? Indy has it. Jarnigan now from 15, shot no good, and the Vikes have it, and they have numbers going the other way. JJ off the glass, no good, but a follow-up stuff by Landon Wheat. What a play by the 6'4 junior. Easton Ewing didn't even try to get down the floor that time, Tony.
Wow.
3-point lead for the Vikes. And then knocked out by Landon. We've seen Landon Wheat have some huge fourth quarters. It's almost like he's saving his energy for the end, Tony.
Exactly.
Washington heads to the bench. I think it was Tullis that came in. 3-point lead for the Vikes at 48-45. 4:50 to go in the game. Indy gets it into Ewing. Now to Jarnigan. Good look underneath. And a shot missed again.
Unbelievable.
Julian with bad shooting luck. Nice drive up and under, and it goes! What a shot by Jesse Jones. 15 points for the senior.
That might be the biggest lead.
Man, 50-45. Vikes lead by 5. 4:34 to go in our game. We have a timeout on the floor. We will be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Welcome back, everybody. 4 minutes, 34 seconds to play in our contest. Vikings leading the Independence Bulldogs 50-45. Indy led 15-11 at the end of the first quarter. Vikes came back to lead 32-28 at halftime, but Tony didn't feel like a 4-point lead because of the technical that was assessed after time had expired in the first half, and so Indy came out and had the game tied right out of the gate, and actually had the lead there for a good chunk of the third quarter. And then the Vikes came back and led by 3 at the end of period 3, and now they lead by 5 as play resumes. We'll see if the Vikings can hang on. They've won a couple of very, very close ball games here recently. Julian, who's had a rough second half, hands off to Unruh. Now to Hayden Smith. He's out there with 4 fouls. Gets a screen from the big man, Ewing. Ewing wants the ball. Jarnigan from the free throw line couldn't get the roll. Rebounded by Landon Wheat. Here come the Vikes with the ball and a 5-point lead. 4 minutes to play in our game. Landon Wheat thought he was going to challenge Ewing. Now he backs it back out beyond the 3-point line. Jesse Jones from 17. Nope.
Offensive rebound.
Who's going to get it? Jesse Jones has it. And then it's knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Indy. So, boy, that kind of looked like popcorn out there. Ball was going every which way. Vikes fortunate to retain possession. Kendrick looking. Gets it down to Wheat. Wheat out to Tullis. Now to Kendrick. Mack has it out top now. Penetrates to Tullis. Trey Tullis. It's for a cutter. It's JJ, but triple team. Mack will try a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Ewing. It was a good shot, it just wouldn't fall. 5-point lead still for the Vikes, 50-45. Independence trying to creep a little bit closer on this possession. Julian with it. Out to Hayden Smith. Julian fakes a 3. Now gives it off to Unruh. Now Ewing into the paint. He's going to be hard to stop there. He scores and he's fouled.
That might be 4 on Landon if that's on
If it was, they got
Tolis.
So Tolis picks up his 4th. 50-47, 27 points for Easton Ewing. Tolis heads to the bench. Ewing has only missed from the line once tonight. See if the legs are a little bit heavy here. Puts it up. And he got it to go. He has been absolutely huge for the Bulldogs tonight. 28 points, 28 of his team's 48. Vikes lead by 2. 2:45 to go in our game. Kendrick with it. Around the top of the key, guarded by Unruh. Vikes need a good possession here. Finish it off with the basket. Here goes Jesse in the paint. Going to be a tough shot, but he got it to go again. Jesse Jones with 17 points to lead the way for the Vikes. 4-point lead at 52-48. Jarnigan on the far side. Now Unruh. Julian in the corner. Jarnigan gets it to Ewing, shoots quickly and scores from about 12 feet out. He is just unbelievable tonight.
Unreal.
30 points for Ewing. 52-50. Three-pointer by Wheat. No good. And it's going to be run down by Unruh. Then he throws it away. The Vikes have it. J.J. Kendrick scores off the glass. What a mistake by Independence. Kendrick with 15 points tonight, and the Vikes go back up by 4. Minute 39 to go, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Tony, if you're going to try to save a ball like that, throw it towards your basket.
Yeah.
Throw it to the other end of the floor. They just basically gave the Vikings a free 2 points, and obviously every point critical the rest of the way. Vikes leading at 54-50, minute 39 to go in our ball game, and Tony, hats off to Easton Ewing. I talked a couple of times earlier in the broadcast how he's had big first halves against the Vikes, but then virtually nothing in the second half.
Yeah,
but
he's had a good second
he's
half.
been solid all game long. 7 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, exploded for 10 in the third quarter, and another 7 in the fourth quarter. I mean, he had 60% of his team's points.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
And if you're wondering, well, why can't the Vikes come up with a way to stop that guy? For one, he's just bigger than everybody. and two, the Vikes really don't have the personnel to stop him. Landon Wheat is your best bet at 6'4", but then they had Demise Johnson on him very briefly, and then of course Jamarion Washington is a big body, but he's given up 6 inches. He's just an almost impossible matchup for the Vikes. Again, I guess if it hadn't been for that early foul trouble, he might have gone off on us down in Independence.
That's very true.
But he was down, he's held to 3 points on the night?
He had 3 fouls probably in the first 4 minutes of the game. And, yeah, I want to say at least 1, if not 2 of them were offensive.
A quick fadeaway off the inbound, and Ewing hits again. 54-52, Vikes by 2, minute 25 to go. Ewing with one of the best performances ever against a Viking team with 32 points. Jones almost lost it, gets it back. Vikes just to be in the 1-and-1 if Indy decides to foul. 2-point lead for Parsons. Jesse Jones hands off to Mack. Down to a minute to go. Vikes being very patient. They're face guarding Jesse Jones. They don't want him to get the ball back, and now Landon Wheat is fouled by Easton Ewing. Probably pretty good strategy by Brad Smith, although Landon is 2 out of 3 from the line, but it is just a 1-and-1. That was the team's 7th foul.
That'd be nice if he knocked down at least the first one here.
Yeah, I'd love to have both of them. Got to make the first one, though. Got it. Landon Wheat, 5 points here in the fourth quarter, 15 for the game. I think we said before this game started, Tony, we would like to see Landon and Jesse close to 20 points.
What's Jesse have?
And Jesse currently has 17.
Wow.
3-point lead for the Vikes. 57 seconds to play in our game. One more free throw for Wheat. Puts it right through, no problem, and a timeout on the floor. 56-52. Vikes by 4, 57 seconds to play in the game. Let's step away for a 30-second commercial break. This is Viking basketball on V93.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during Couples Court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Kraus in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Tipped out of bounds. Great effort by Trey Mack. I think Coach Houck was saying, do not come out on 25. That's Jarnigan, who has not looked to shoot all night long.
Wasted 15 seconds there.
Look out for a quick inbound into Ewing. 42 seconds to play. Julian having trouble getting in. Finally does to Ewing. He gets around one guy. Nice move. I'm surprised he didn't shoot, but he does find a man wide open. Jarnigan. It is Jarnigan.
Wow. Who
was wide open under the basket. Give the assist to Ewing. Jarnigan now with 3 points. Timeout on the floor called by Indy. 36 seconds to play. Parsons leading 56-54. Now I'm just looking back, Tony. The Vikes had the overtime win over Field Kinley. 64-61 after that big shot at the buzzer by J.J. Kendrick. Had the close game against Pittsburgh. Only ended up losing by 5 to the powerful Purple Dragons. And, of course, that great comeback against LC. Won that one 71-70. So, and against Frontenac, after falling behind 25-11 at the end of the first quarter, they stormed back and won that one 79-68. So, tell you, the Vikings, they've been in some great ball games, and here recently they've been winning more often than losing. So wait and see how both teams want to play it coming out of the timeout. I assume Independence will put a little bit of pressure on in the backcourt, but the Vikings are definitely the more athletic of the two teams, so they may just go for, if they can't get a 5-second count, they may foul immediately.
I just looked at my numbers, Scott. Both teams have shot 49 shots.
Wow. That doesn't happen very often.
No, that's very odd.
So full court press with Ewing kind of playing center field back there. Oh, I don't think that's who they wanted to foul, but a very quick call, and it's going to be 1-and-1 coming for Jesse Jones. Julian picks up his third, 8th team foul, so still just 1-and-1 here. Jesse Jones 2 out of 2 from the line. He has 17 points on the night. 5'9" senior, one dribble, puts it up, and it's good. I thought it was a little hard, Tony, but it rattled in there.
Yeah.
3-point lead for the Vikes. Obviously, this will be a big one here to make it a 2-possession game. Puts it up. Nothing but net. Jesse Jones, ice water in his veins. Vikes by 4, 30 seconds to play. Lucas Smith drives, kicks it out. Julian looking for help. Finds Unruh. Using a lot of clock here, Tony.
Yeah.
Julian, nice drive. And he scores, and we have another timeout. Nice drive by Julian. Had an outstanding first half. That is his first basket of the second half. And Tony, there was a lot of action going on, and you can't follow it all. But it didn't really seem like they were trying to get it to get it to Ewing on that possession.
I don't know what they were. I thought maybe they were trying to set up a three-pointer, but then they never shot a three, so I'm not sure.
So, but they got what they needed. They got the basket.
But it wasted a lot of clock.
It did waste a lot of clock, but they're still going to force the Vikings to go up and make the front end of another 1-and-1, assuming that there's not a turnover. There's still just 8 fouls on Indy, just 5 on the Vikings this half. So
Vikings, by my unofficial, Vikings only turned the ball over 5 times tonight. Indy's only turned it over 6 times, Scott.
Yeah, that's taking care of the basketball on both sides.
The Vikings for the game are 21 for 49. Indy is 22 for 50. It's almost identical on the one more made basket. That made basket right there is the only difference.
Yeah, this game on the scoreboard and statistically is about as close as you can get. Landon Wheat wanted the home run ball. We have a hold before the Vikes even get it in. Who'd they call the foul on?
I think Jones is going to shoot.
Julian with his 4th. Well, Vikes maybe caught a break there. So I think 6/10 of a second ran off the clock.
They're going to hold some. I would have thought they'd have hold Mac or JJ.
So it's Jesse again, 1-and-1. Big free throw for the senior. He got it again.
He's going to get over 20 again, isn't he?
Yep.
That 20
that
there?
That is 20 points right there.
That's 4 straight games, Scott, with 20 points.
Jesse Jones, the only senior on the roster leading this team, trying to make it a 2-possession game, and he got it. 60-56, Vikes by 4, 15 seconds to play. Now Indy has to go very quickly. Here's the 3, it's short. Who's got it? Julian gets it back, but only 8 seconds to go. Do not foul, guys. 3-pointer, air ball, and the Vikes are going to win it. 2 seconds to play, 1 second, and it's over. The Parsons Vikings ward off a huge effort by Easton Ewing, and they knock off the Bulldogs by a final score of 60-56. And for the first time this year, Tony, the Vikes are above 500. They're 10-9, and they'll have a week off before they host the ranked Chanute Blue Comets. Again, your final score, Parsons 60, Independence 56. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.